What are the tools and resources you currently use in your real estate business? Here we talk about North Carolina real estate, business, and life. Are you doing ground up development, mostly value add? What's your preference thus far when you got your feet wet? What do you like to do?
Whatever's going to get the best return.
I'm big on education, right? Education to me is a chain breaker.
That's great. And I'm glad you're doing that. I totally agree with you. I actually was a teacher for about 15 years, and that's my passion. So I can totally relate to that.
Do you ever see someone get a cost segregation analysis to where the amount found in the cost segregation is more than they paid for the property? It seems risky for those that have a short-term exit strategy on investment properties.
There's a lot of things to consider, and I'm glad you brought this up because it's not necessarily a black and white, this is something you should always do. This is for everyone in every situation.
Well, I don't know if you read my mind or you saw the notes on my page here, but depreciation recapture is the part of it that makes me nervous.
To do that, you have to jump through a lot of hoops. There's time frames, there's forms you have to fill out. Do not sell a property and then figure out that you want to do a 1031 exchange because you can't.
I always have to do, this is not legal advice, Yona White. Do not take this and say I was your attorney. So thank you for the tax plug as well. Who's your average person you're seeing do cost segregation? Is it this major institutional money, the big syndicators, mom and pop shops? Who are you seeing use this particular cost segregation tool?
However, there is another loophole. That's called, I like to call the short-term rental loophole.
Weiss advice is that 100% cost segregation, bonus depreciation, renewed forever.
You're absolutely right. It has everything to do with education and with people knowing about it. And that's primarily why I believe there has been such an increase.
Not only is he the cost seg king, but he is the humble cost seg king who moves markets and changes the game for folks. Yona Weiss, host of Weiss Advice Podcast. You can listen to him wherever you listen to your podcast. Q&A session. Ooh, let's see what juiciness we've got on the table today. First question coming from Facebook. What is the future of the real estate market here in North Carolina? Ooh, what type of taxes do I pay when earning money in real estate? What do I need to be financially prepared to buy a home? What do I need to be financially prepared to buy a home? There's a couple of schools of thought on this. I really enjoyed the conversation today. Thanks again to Yona Weiss, the cost seg king himself, host of Weiss Advice, the podcast. Cost segregation, a wonderful resource and tool to keep in our belt. Looking forward to the next conversation we're going to have. We'll see you next week.